Hey everyone, my name is Tejas and this is the Squibbler. I know in my previous video I was quite salty, quite disappointed, and to be fair, quite angry as well. All of that, we are gonna leave it aside because I want to just focus on the positives, and we are going forward, and all videos from now on will be positive. Alright, so let's brush that aside, let's forget that ever happened, and let's just move forward. So earlier today, Niantic released this new trailer for Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Now I know we've had a ton of teasers and trailers, but this teaser trailer is definitely going to be the last one, and it's because it has so many similarities to the Pokemon Go trailer that released many years ago, and this gameplay trailer of sorts gives me hope that Wizards Unite is going to release sometime this week. That's right, I have very good reason to believe. In fact, I am 100% sure that Wizards Unite is going to release this week. So actually what happened was this video was not made public to everyone on YouTube, but this video is unlisted. That means it's basically, if you have the link to this video, you can watch that video on YouTube, but you can't search for it, and you will never be able to find it on YouTube unless you have the link. So I'll leave a link to the video downstairs in the description box as well. Now I'm not sure why this video has sort of leaked, because the link is spreading around and everybody can now access this video even though it's not public. I'm not sure why this video is not public yet, but I have really good reason to believe why it's gonna happen, but I'll get to that in just a bit. Now, my last video was 2 weeks ago, so I'm just gonna recap what's everything that's been happening with Wizards Unite in this past 2 weeks. So going from the beginning, a couple of days after I made that last video, Niantic broke their silence. Finally, thank you Niantic for breaking your silence and talking to us about some things. So basically, a couple of days after I made that video, Niantic dropped an article of sorts, a blog post on their website, which basically just indicated that they were happy with the results from the beta that's launched in Australia and New Zealand, and they've taken back feedback and everything, and they're pretty satisfied with everything that's happened, and they're learning from all of this, and they're making improvements, making sure all the bugs and sorts of stuff is not going to be there once they launch it worldwide. Now, there is a phrase in this article that they put which says global launch rollout. Now that could mean that we will not get a global release on the same day, or maybe not at the same time. So what my guess is, we're gonna get a release in US, and then a couple of other countries, and then a couple of other countries every hour or so, or maybe every few hours. Hopefully this rollout isn't across a few days or a few weeks, or worse come to worse, a few months, but I hope that this rollout is just going to be on an hourly basis, or a few hours at the very most, so that the servers are not pressured. But then again, the servers won't be pressured because GoFest just happened and they did this at GoFest, so I'm very sure that server issues are not going to be a problem for Wizards Unite. Shortly after they released this update blog post, the clock on the Wizards Unite website moved up a notch. It went to the third last section of the clock, so that was a little exciting, I guess. A few days after that, Niantic again tweeted something. They basically talked about some of the behind the scenes stuff that's happening with Wizards Unite, sort of an insight as to how the creators and game designers have made Wizards Unite possible, and it's a pretty interesting article. I liked reading it, and I would really like to see something like that every now and then, every so often from Niantic, because it kind of gives more perspective into the behind the scenes and the making of Wizards Unite. And with this blog post, with this new article that Niantic released, once again the clock changed its position and it reached the penultimate section, which is what you see on screen behind me right now. That's where it was, and that's where it is right now. For the Australian and New Zealand beta players, they received an update a couple of days ago. I believe 0.8 something version was going on, and now they released 2.0 version, so it's a pretty refurbished version, and it looks like it's ready to go because of all the new features that have been added, and some of the other older features have been changed. I'm not going to talk about the older features because 90% of you watching this do not have the game yet, so you won't even know what those changes would mean because, well, you didn't experience what was before that. So all you need to know is that a new update was released a couple of days ago, and with that update came a ton of new changes and some new features were added as well. One of those features was a pretty exciting feature, was the friends feature, so you can add friends with one another with other players around the world, similar to the Pokemon Go friends system. Now in less than 24 hours, the WooTuber event, well, I would call it the WooTuber event because there are other creators out there who are also attending this event apart from WooTubers, but there is an event happening in LA, Hollywood, the one that I was talking about in my previous video, which is happening in less than 24 hours. And at this event, from what I've heard, they're allowed to tweet about it, they're allowed to take pictures, post videos about whatever they're experiencing at this event. Now I know that they're going to be able to play at this event, which is great news for them, but from all of this, what I can gather is that Niantic and Warner Brothers are just ready to launch Wizards Unite, because if they have so many creators in one place, and if they're going to give them some sort of information beforehand so that they're prepared to, you know, talk to their viewers, and, you know, they can influence, as you can tell that they are influencers, they can influence their audience, and of course get the word out that Wizards Unite has launched. So I'm very sure that the event that's going to happen in less than 24 hours from now will be a sort of launch event of sorts where there are so many creators in one place. It's a perfect opportunity for Warner Brothers and Niantic to use these influencers to spread the word and to gain as much exposure as possible for Wizards Unite's release. So I'm really once again hoping that the release is not just going to be in the US. I hope it's a global release, and I hope that whatever the rollout is, it means that it's going to be spread across a few hours throughout that one day. So hopefully Wizards Unite gets released globally within a day to most part of the world. So there's that, and that's my prediction. Wizards Unite will be launching this week. I am 100% sure of it, not 99.9%, not any less than that. 100% sure Wizards Unite is launching this week. I'm sure of it. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope that the next video I make will not be with this background at home, and I hope that I'll be vlogging outside in the real world covering an augmented reality game called Harry Potter Wizards Unite. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.